Well, I gotta walk all the way out of here, I guess. Okay.
That looks like a tough one. Be careful.
Uh-oh. Some of the enemies have respawned.
The adversary.
Oh well.
I'll handle it.
We need time to gain back some CP anyways.
Here we go.
Here we go. Now's our chance. I'll pick you up. My turn. My turn. Hey.
My turn.
Think I can finish this thing off soon enough?
Here we go. We'll cut our own path.
Yep. Get some CP back there.
My turn.
Okay.
Too slow.
Okay.
Right.
Nobody went to
My
sleep.
turn. All right, let's do this.
Leave it to me.
My turn. Now.
Broken. Okay. Here we go. I'll handle it.
Right. Huh? Here we go.
Booyah!
We did it.
Yeah, that secret passage I found on the way in. That's what I was figuring. Is something the matter? Oh, I didn't notice this before, but does anyone feel a slight breeze from this area? Wait. Wait just a darn minute. This way. You think it's like the passage we found yesterday? So there's a secret passage here too. If so, I imagine it probably opens like the last one did. Maybe this leads to somewhere else in the capital then. No way to know for sure till we open it. I suspected as much. I wonder where this leads. It's hard to be sure. We lose all our sense of distance and location traveling underground like this. If I had to guess, I'd say we're heading in the direction of... Maybe there's an exit close by. Alright, let's try and make our way outside.
My turn.
Advantage is ours. Let's finish him. I'll handle it.
Alright, let's check out 7th Rhapsody.
There's a performance just for you. Seventh Rhapsody. You've been a wonderful audience. Oh, we did it.
Nice.
A challenging foe.
This looks tough. Careful.
Here we go. All right, let's do this.
Leave it to me. Of course.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah. I'll handle it.
My turn.
Right. Hey.
Elliot, why you missing your attack, Elliot?
I'll handle it.
Right.
There we go.
Here we go. That's that. Let's keep moving.
Advantage is ours. Let's finish him. Okay.
Go. All right, let's do this.
I'm ready. Of course. Ha! Off guard. Speed.
Okay.
Right.
My turn. Target's eliminated. Let's get going.
Nobody leveled up? Are you kidding me? Maybe one of the only fights the whole time that nobody's leveled up on.
Bring it on!
My turn. Got it.
An opening! Right! Right! No escape!
Here we go!
My turn.
Is everybody okay?
Advantage is ours. Let's finish it. I'll handle it. Here we go. Now.
An opening!
Go! Second form, Gale!
Of course! Hey!
I'll handle it. I'll handle it. Now.
An opening! When we fight together,
I did it!
There we go. Back to the level ups. That's what I'm talking about. That's more like it.
Oh, a treasure chest.
Oh, there's the exit.
we're finally there.
Pring. And we're out. And where is this? Hey, isn't this the Ost district? If I do believe I'm correct. Yep. We seem to have emerged in the Ost district. Machias' home is here, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I had no idea that underground passage went all the way from port to here. That network of tunnels beneath the city really does seem to cover a vast area. It's like something out of a spy novel. I'll say, maybe it's a sign. For whom the bell tolls. What's that? That must be the chime to mark the noon hour. Yeah, that's Heimdallar's cathedral's bell. The cathedral itself is pretty far away, over in the Sancta district, but you can hear it pretty clearly even here. Well, I think it's about time we found something to eat. How about we order to go from one of the local shops? And we don't really have much, but I'd be happy to at least treat you to coffee at our house. What? You mean Machias? You're inviting us into your home? Why not? We've been to Elliot's house. We've been to Gaius's house. Oh, the home, we're at someone's home theme. So this is the capital's famous fish and chips. I was expecting it to be delicious, but even still, I'm impressed. Yeah, that pub's supposed to be pretty well known for their fish and chips. I'll admit it tastes good, but at the end of the day, it's still greasy comfort food. Better eat it while it's hot. It tastes disgusting if you let it cool off. Probably still better than wartime rations, though. Food isn't. What food isn't? This coffee seems to be pretty high class, though. It's got a nice, rich fragrance. Do you buy your own beans and grind them at home? Yeah, it looks like my father went out and stocked up on them not too long ago. Now and then he gets the chance to take some time away from his duties and come relax back here. He sees his coffee as a small island of luxury in his hectic daily life, I think. Haha, that does sound like something I could see Governor Regnant saying. He seems quite like a respectable man to me. You hardly imagine a home like this belonging to an important official like the Imperial Governor. It's tiny. You know, Fee, it wouldn't hurt to be a little less blunt. No worries. As I said, my father and I are commoners through and through. He might be a top official, but neither of us really saw that as a reason to change our whole lifestyle. Besides, it's not as though we don't have some attachment to this house. All right. It does seem like a comfy place to live in, though. Really cozy and relaxing.
Ooh, there's a photo.
All of a sudden, it's voice acted? What's going on?
Oh, that.
Aww, look at cute little Machias there.
He looks like he had such a sweet disposition.
Yeah, before he grew up to be a stubborn old nag.
Stop nitpicking people's old family photos! Honestly.
The governor looks the same as ever, though. Is that woman next to him your older sister or something?
Close enough. She was a cousin on my father's side of the family. Since she lived quite close, she often came to visit. Now our family was just my father and I, so having her around was a big help.
The way you speak about her seems to imply you no longer see her. Did she get married and move away?
She died around 6 years ago.
Oh.
I see.
Bummer.
And that has something to do with why you hate the nobility, right?
So...
I never really planned on telling anyone about this, but considering all we've been through, I suppose it's time I told you a little more about me. It's a long story, but would you hear me out?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Glad to.
Thanks. Sis was 9 years my senior. Beautiful, kind. To me, she was in every sense the ideal woman. Now, as I said earlier, we're a family of commoners through and through. But my father proved to be a very capable government official. And eventually, he was promoted to an important government position, where he started to make a name for himself. Honesty and integrity are a core part of his work ethic. So, of course, he made his fair share of enemies. But after seeing success in a number of major projects, he gained a reputation both inside and outside the government. My mother died when I was still young, but Sis happened to live around here and ended up helping us in more ways than I can count. Since she was his niece, my father always made a fuss over her. And even though she didn't live in the same house, she was like a real sister to me, a real daughter to my father. I was always so proud of her. As a child, she was practically my idol. And as you'd expect, she had countless admirers among the men of the city. But for all her popularity, she was always level-headed and sensible. So I never felt I had anything to worry about. Until he appeared. He was one of my father's subordinates at City Hall. Though unlike him, he was a noble by birth. A man of high rank, too. The heir of a count. However, he had none of the arrogance or haughtiness one usually associates with the nobility. When I met him myself, he came across as an honest and loyal man. He met Sis when Dad introduced him to her one day. And eventually, the two of them fell in love and began a relationship, despite the difference in their social status. As a child, I was frustrated beyond words. But even I had to admit that the two of them made a good couple. And Sis seemed so happy when she was with him that I had no choice but to let it go and accept their relationship. Time went on and they became engaged, with Dad acting as the go-between. And that's when everything started to fall apart. His family couldn't have been more blatant in their attempts to undermine the relationship. Apparently, one of the four great houses, House Cayenne, proposed an arranged marriage on short notice.
They make good peppers.
And the Count's family were up in arms at the thought he might choose to take a mere commoner as his wife. Since my father held an important post, they were limited in how shamelessly they could try to sabotage the marriage. They began to harass and threaten her in secret every way they could think of. They made her life a living hell. Maybe she didn't want to cause trouble for the man she loved, or perhaps she did it out of consideration for my father. But all that time, she chose to endure it alone. She never discussed it or asked for help. And finally, it became so crushing that she took her own life.
Yikes.
It was only afterward that my father and I learned what had really happened. It seems that at the very last, he had chosen to betray her love for him. But I told her, he said. I told her I'd treasure her as my mistress instead if she'd just accept that we couldn't be married. I just don't understand it. Why would she take her own life? After that, my father seemed to redouble his efforts. It was like watching a machine kick into high gear. With the help of his ally, Chancellor Osborne, he was able to wrest control of City Hall from the noble faction. Then, 4 years ago, he was appointed to his current position as governor of Heimdall. And that's how the Regnitz family came to be where it is.
I don't even know what to say.
So that's why you started hating nobles?
Yeah. I was so furious at Sis's death. My hatred needed to be directed at someone. Anyone. First, I blamed her fiancé, then his family, and the family of the Duke who tried to intervene. In the end, I just hated the nobility as a whole. The people, their culture, the entire idea of social classes. I desperately wanted the strength to win against them. To show how right I was. How wrong they were. But deep down, I knew the truth about my hate. I knew I was taking out my anger on people who didn't deserve it. People who had done nothing wrong.
You did?
They may be from different social classes, but people are still individuals. Sis's fiance was faithful to her. He just wasn't strong enough to shield her from all that ugliness, despite his love. And the Count and his family were only acting in their best interests, which is to be expected, really. Ultimately, I've had to acknowledge that not all commoners are good people, and not all nobles are unworthy of respect.
Very, very important lesson learned.
Eustace might not have done much to change my opinion, but getting to know you two showed me that there are nobles who live up to that name.
Machias.
I have no idea how my father feels about all of this, but this is how I've come to feel.
I see. You have my thanks.
I'm glad you felt you could talk to us about it.
Still, I don't think it hurt to be a bit more honest with yourself. If you're willing to admit all of that, maybe you can find it in you to be friends with Eustace too.
Are you kidding me? I might accept that not all nobles are bad, but that arrogant, self-centered fool can go choke on a palm. Always mocking me for spending so much time studying, or telling me I need to get out more.
I don't think he goes quite that far. Besides, I don't think he does it on purpose. He doesn't mean any harm.
That's the most irritating part! He does it without thinking!
Well, that was a good coffee break, wouldn't you say?
Nice, Machias got his S-Craft. And we're going to get one for everybody soon. Actually, that might be everybody, right? Maybe Emma. I don't think Emma has one. But we're getting one for just about everybody now. Well, lunchtime is over. It must be almost time for the summer festival decorations to start going up. Huh? I would have thought preparations for that would have started way before now. Is the summer festival not that big of a deal in the capital? It depends on who you ask, I guess. I've always just thought of it as one of those small yearly traditions. In my hometown, Summer Festival is a major event with extensive preparations. Perhaps those places where the ancient animistic traditions survive put more effort into celebrating the festival. Animism does seem to have mostly vanished here. Not as much as in Roar or Crossbell, though. Well, I suppose it's hard to think of it as a seasonal festival in the capital when it's celebrated a month late to begin with. I think most just see it as an opportunity to catch a glimpse of the Imperial family. Well, yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, that makes sense. Is that your Arcus ringing? What's it doing ringing out here? This is Class 7, Group A, Reen Schwarzer speaking. Hello there, Reen. This is Carl Regnitz. Governor Regnitz? Dad? Come to think of it, he did say that we'd be able to use our Arcus communications functionality in the city, didn't he? You're Group A's representative, so I figured it best to call you. Is now a good time? Yes, now it's totally fine. We actually just left your home. Machias invited us in for coffee. Haha, did he now? I have a favorite specialty store roast those beans just the way I like them. It was top-notch brew, all right. With all that's been going on, it was nice to just sit down and enjoy a good cup of coffee. Well, I'm glad you were able to spend some quality time together. Anyway, getting to the point, I'm calling because we have a bit of a problem on our hands. That being the case, I'd like Group A to take care of one additional task for me. An extra task? We can do that, sure, but what exactly do you want us to do? There appears to be a bit of burglary at the jewelers in the Garner district. But that's not all. The culprit seems to have left a message addressed to you. What? Your confusion is understandable. However, the jewelers submitted a report to the burglary to the city hall a short while ago. Normally, I'd leave this up to the proper authorities, but would you be willing to go and see if there's anything you can do? Of course, sir. We'll head over to the Garnier district at once. All right, then. I'll leave the matter in your hands. What was that all about? Whatever it was, you seem perplexed. Well, wait till you hear this. So a jewelry boutique was burglarized and the culprit left a message addressed to us? Weird. Though thinking about it, this sounds kind of familiar. Yeah, now that you mention it, I'm getting a strange sense of deja vu as well. Still, it would have been helpful if my father could have furnished a few more details. Well, it's already past noon. Let's head over to the Garnier district and find out what happened. Righto, let's go. An additional task. Yep. Put us right in front of the place we need to go to. How convenient. Excuse me, are you in charge of the store? We're here on behalf of local government to investigate a reported burglary. Yes, that's right, I'm the owner. You must be the students from Thor's Military Academy. Indeed, Class 7, Group A, at your service. Oh, thank goodness. We may yet have a chance to recover the Crimson Tiara. So, that's the object that was stolen? Yes, exactly. It's embedded with priceless carnelian gemstones, captivating the hearts of all who gaze upon it. It's the centerpiece of our display and a national treasure, valued at almost 1 million mira. Pretty pricey. Yeah, I'd say. That was... it was being displayed in that big showcase in the center of the room, was it? I heard that the store was fitted with the best security system money could buy, so they could display the tiara safely. I'm afraid this was all due to my carelessness. There was no problem with our recently installed security system. The problem was me falling right into Phantom Thief B's trap. What, wait, the Phantom Thief B? I've heard all manner of rumors about him, but I still find it hard to believe this was actually his doing. The name sounds counter-familiar. Seems like Elliot and Machias know of him. Yeah, he's a thief with quite a reputation in the capital. He calls himself a liberator of beauty, and he made quite a name for himself with a string of major thefts a number of years ago. He's even gained an enthusiastic fan following for the daring and graceful methods he uses during his thefts. Oh, now I remember where I've heard his name before. He's the thief who managed to steal an orbital tank from the Imperial Army, right? Yeah, that's the one of his most famous exploits. I seem to recall hearing that story myself. I wonder how he steals a tank. So, do we know how the tiara was stolen? Phantom Thief B is well known for sending a victim a card notifying them of his intended crime before he commits it. Did he send a card this time? Yes, that's right. The card also contained this message. Your prized tiara has already been replaced with an imitation. However, that message was a fake. While we did have the utmost faith in our security system, we knew that if anyone could pass it, it would be him. We decided to open the display case out to check the tiara, but as it turns out, that's what he was counting on us to do. So that's when he stole the tiara, huh? I'm afraid so. Unbelievable. I assume you were able to get a good look at the culprit's face? Indeed. As soon as we opened the display case, all the lights went out. By the time we got them back on, the tiara had vanished. I see. Sounds like he's no ordinary thief. With a piece as valuable as this, can you maybe explain how we decided we'd be the optimal choice at this request? Oh, of course. Please, take a look at this. To the owner of this fine establishment, know that I have the Crimson Tiara securely in my possession. Should you fulfill my conditions, I promise that it shall be returned to you unharmed. If not, I make no guarantees. First, you must not report this incident to the Railway Military Police. Second, you must deliver the other card here to the members of Thor's Military Academy, Class 7 Group A. Third, the aforementioned Group A must overcome the trial written as said on the card. Signed, Phantom Thief B. It really is addressed to us. I find the thief's apparent reveling in his crime somewhat unpleasant. Though on the other hand, he seems to be giving us a chance to get the tiara back. True. Do you have this other card that the thief mentioned? Of course, please take this. Salutations, ladies and gentlemen of the Thor's Military Academy's Class 7 Group A. Should you wish to recover the treasure you seek, accept and overcome the trials I have placed before you. All of the keys lie within the Vermilion capital. The first key is at the feet of the Conqueror with the heart of a lion. A riddle, is it? Well, I'm sure the Vermilion capital is just referring to the city itself, but as for the feet of a Conqueror with the heart of a lion, seems like a treasure hunt, and this card's our first clue. It does seem that way. So do you think you can help us out? We'd be happy to. Indeed, taunting us like that, I'm all for whipping that smug satisfaction off him. I'm all for wiping that smug satisfaction off his face. Let's be off then. Thank you so much. Please find it. All right. So that's going to be Emperor Dreikel's statue, right? I mean, you would think. Where was that? Dreikel's Plaza. That's what I'm guessing, at least. Well, it doesn't say, but... The Conqueror with the heart of a lion. It couldn't mean anything other than the statue of Emperor Dreikel's. Agreed. It's hard to hear a clue like that and not immediately think of Dreikel's the Ironheart. And this statue is the most famous monument of him here in Heimdall. Then chances are good that we're in the right place. This card said to look at his feet. Let's do it then. Here we go. It's the same type of card as the last one, too. I assume we're correct then? Well, we don't know until we check. The second key is in the northeastern seat of the Prismatic Palace. The second key. So basically, we've got another scavenger hunt. So it seems. I can't believe he's making us go through this whole rigmarole. What can we do but play along, though? In the northeastern seat of a Prismatic Palace. Just what could that mean? Well, is this not the palace over here, or up here? Can we go to the palace? I mean, that looks like more like a palace than anything else around here. Are they going to let us approach? Guess not, huh? Alright, well, what up? Northeastern seat. Prismatic Palace. Is there any other palace? Is there any other palace? There's no other way to get there, is there? They're not gonna let us in. Oh, phooey. All right. Where else could it be? I mean, that's the only palace-looking place I know of. Can I go up to these guys and explain what's going on? Ah, phooey.
Hope this turns out okay. This-
There's no palace here. It's just a port. We'll come here anyways. Because there's a waterway right up to the palace. I mean, if we could take a ship, we could get there.
Being near water always helps me relax.
Oh yeah, your hometown is right on a lake, isn't it?
Of course.
Okay.
I've got this!
Fishing time. Who cares about finding this guy? We're gonna fish.
Wow, this is a big one!
A salmon. A salmon.
Caught one! Caught one!
Alright, enough fishing for now. I was thinking maybe there'd be a way to get on a boat and get up to the palace that way, but not looking like it. So there's really no way to get on a boat. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Rabble, rabble, rabble. I don't know where else a palace, where you would consider a palace other than the palace. Let's see if she can help us. That's it, really? There's no way into the palace through the underwater way, under the passageways, is there? I mean, we didn't find one, but the cat's still there to talk to. That's great. Well, the first clue was easy. This one's hard. Okay. My hip! Thought this might be considered a prismatic palace. It's a crystal garden. Let's see, northeast. We're northeast. I still think it's probably the actual palace, so maybe we have to find something else going on here. Go northeast, I guess.
Ooh, this looks like a good spot.
Let's do some more fishing. Why not?
Wow, this is a big one.
It's a trout. It's a Kilgore trout.
Not bad. Caught one.
All right, well. Sneak past them. And this place is huge. Look at this.
Ooh, this looks like a good spot.
Yeah, it's about as northeast as I can get in this area. So is it not in this area? I can't interact with these pillars, so it's not these. I wish I could get another hint. In the northeastern seat of the Prismatic Palace. The only other thing I can think of is the flower garden, the crystal garden in the park. It's the only other thing that makes sense as a prismatic palace since it's crystal. Try again, I guess.
There we go. It just not the most northeastern seat, because that would have been the other where the other guy with the old hips. This must be the Prismatic Palace. Yeah, all signs point to the clue referring to the Crystal Garden, which leaves us to only northwestern seat. I'm presuming it refers to an actual place that one can sit. Which would suggest we ought to investigate this bench in the north. Yeah, it's right there on the leg, guys. Thank you. It was so obvious. What does it say? Let's see. The third key is a round table where one rests the gauntlets that supported the east of the city. Oh, goody, another riddle. Still, what can we do but keep going? Ah, it seems fate has ordained that we should meet again. I recognize that voice. This guy, yes, the eccentric noble dude. Who are you again? He's Baron Blanc. Blanc. Yeah, we first met during our field study in Brehard, I believe.
Tresvian, I am most pleased to see that you have not forgotten me. Though, if my eyes do not deceive me, you have two new faces amongst your throng today, no?
Hi, it's nice to meet you. I've heard mention of you from my classmates. Has your search for beauty brought you all the way to Heimdall too?
You could indeed say that. However, to meet not just in Brehard, but among the picturesque elegance of the Valyrian capital as well. Truly, it seems that we are bound together by a destiny most inseparable. Would you not agree?
I'm not sure. He's a bit on the unique side, huh? Yeah, unique. Let's just call it that. I couldn't sense him coming at all, though.
Ha! Please, the intensity of your stares is positively withering. Oh, or is it that my overwhelming beauty has clutched your heart so tightly that you cannot help but gaze in wonder?
Oh, I bet all the mirror I have on me that's absolutely not the case.
Haha, now, if you'll excuse me, there's still much to attend to. I wish you the best of luck with your studies.
And there he goes. So what did he come to convey to us? With that guy, who knows? I wonder if he's the Phantom Thief. He could be. Alright, a round table, gauntlets. So, the gauntlet area, but it's going to be in the east. There's two gauntlet areas. Yeah, former guild branch. Where we're staying, basically. Round table, he said. Round table. I got my suspicions that dude might be the Phantom Thief, but I'm not sure. Not exactly a round table, more like a octagonal. But okay. The gauntlets that support the east of the city. The gauntlet is the symbol of the Bracer Guild, isn't it? It's on their emblem too. Yeah. The once and east parts mention the note and seem important as well. This building was once a branch of the guild, and while the capital once had two such branches, this is the easternmost branch. This must be the round table. Ah, here it is. Can't believe he'd even trespassed into our lodgings. Indeed, though from the look of things, it doesn't seem he touched anything else. Still, not a pleasant thought. Yeah, it's kind of creepy knowing he was here. Especially considering we don't know what he's actually after. Anyway, let's see what the next card says. The fourth key is on the back of the white burden of the steel bird perched at the water's edge. Sure enough, it's another riddle. And a rather challenging one at that. Okay, on the back of a white bird perched at the water's edge. Back of a white bird perched at the water's edge.
There's a few places that you go next to water. I'm gonna have to guess the port though, since that's a water-related area. We'll try the port first. Is there a white bird perched at the water's edge? It did say white bird, right? These cranes are not white.
This looks like a nice spot.
Cranes are not very bird-like either, I guess. I guess the boat, but I can't get to the boat, can I? No. It's perched at the water's edge. Okay, maybe it's not here. Water's edge. Dracula's Plaza is also at the water's edge, so let's go back there. Perched at the water's edge. You don't see anything perched at the water's edge here, do we? Could it be a fountain of some sorts? Maybe. I don't know. Where else was there water? Try to remember. No water here. We're just in Alto Street. There's some water here, but it's kind of further away. I can't really get to the water's edge per se. There's a fountain here. Alright, let's go to the park. There's water at the park too, yeah.
Ooh, this looks like a good spot.
Well, let's go fishing. When you can't find your clue, go fishing. Got it.
Now that's a catch.
Wow. Fishing rank up. Looks like we got a crayfish.
What even is this? What even is this?
Yeah, I'm kind of stumped. Where else have we not visited yet? Ost, is there water at the Ostrostic? I don't think so. I don't think there's any water here. There's the underground waterway.
Maybe that's where it is? I guess if I have no luck anywhere else, I might have to try the underground waterway. I'd rather not, but... oh well, we might have to. Yeah, there's no water here other than the underground waterway. Let's try the port again. Let's look at the clue one more time. On the back of the white burden of steel bird perched at the water's edge. A white burden of steel bird. Perched at the water's edge. First thing I thought of was the crane, but I can't get close enough to them. Maybe the ship, but I can't get to it either. There's some of the ship is white. Ah, there we go. The steel bird perched at the water's edge. The last clue seems like it might be referring to the crane here at Heimdall Port. And that would make sense. It's white bird in these containers. I can see a car attached to one of them though. The clue did say it would be on the back. Perhaps we should discuss this with whomever's in charge here and ask him to check the container for us. That'd be the port chief, Damberto. We met him earlier today, so let's see if he's willing to help us. How the devil did that get stuck to the bottom like that? He wouldn't have been able to attach it without lifting the container, and that wouldn't have meant using a crane. But when did he do it? None of us ever noticed anything suspicious. Well, he is supposed to be the master of the skies, right? Maybe he disguised himself as one of the workers here. I can only guess as to how you might have done it, but it's definitely not something a normal person could pull off. That aside, what does this card say? Oh yeah, let's see. The final key is also hidden near the water's edge. The crimson crow you seek sleeps within a black ark, nestled in the steel car that marches within the minutes. Holy cow, the hardest one yet. Okay, the crimson crown you seek, which is the tiara we're looking for, sleeps within a black ark, nestled in the steel car that marches with the minutes. It marches with the minutes. This one's just so obtuse. This was just as obtuse as the others. Though, if it's also hidden near the water's edge, from all indications, I'd say next to the one here in Heimdall Port 2. So this final key in Crimson Crown too, so at least there's that. Yeah, it looks like this is the last one. Black Ark. Black Ark.
This looks like a nice spot.
Marches with the minutes. It sounds like a clock. Is there a clock in this thing? Aha! The steel car. My guess is that the last clue refers to the orbital tram. Yeah, that seems to be the best fit. What about marching with the minutes? The tram schedule, of course, arriving and departing at present times. Heimdall Port is the starting and ending point for all the trams in the city, so you could say that the tram here is waiting for its appointed time. That makes sense in a weird way. I guess this is the place then. Let's get the driver's permission and have a look inside. Excuse me, do you think we could do us a favor?
Sure, what do you need?
Yeah, explain the situation. Infamous Phantom Thief B hid something in the Stram car. Yes, we believe this to be the case. Wow, really? Well, I get where you're coming from, but go ahead and look around as much as you want. Thanks for your cooperation. Did we find anything? Oh, I have to actually look. It's probably inside this briefcase. That's the Black Ark, I would say. It looks like this must be the Black Ark mentioned in the card. Our Phantom Thief appears to have taken no pains to hide it. Isn't this kind of weird that the driver didn't notice it? Maybe Phantom Thief B left it here not too long ago. It wouldn't be so sure. Anyways, let's have a look inside. Or he is the driver! Inside the black. Okay. It has such a fiery glow to it. Well, this is definitely the Crimson Tiara we've been running all over town looking for. So this thing's worth 100 million, Mira? I'm almost afraid to handle it. Yeah, we gotta be really careful about getting this back to the jeweler safely. Is it the real one though, or is it a fake? I bet he's the driver. So the tiara really was in there, huh? Now I'm wondering if the last passenger who stepped off the train was the Phantom Thief himself. I don't remember there being any unusual passengers on board though. I see, so you have no idea who the Phantom Thief B could have been then. To have done so much and yet left no trace of his presence, he must truly be a master of covering his tracks. I'll say, but hey, at least we're able to get the tiara back. I suppose that's good enough. Wouldn't the biggest suspect be the driver himself? What's wrong, Reen? Well, why are you staring at me? Yes, I knew it. I said the biggest suspect had to be the driver himself. I think it's time we put an end to this little charade, don't you? And it's the Baron. I knew it. What?
This savory taste is why the unripe fruit is the most delectable of all.
Wait, aren't you the Baron we met earlier? But that mask. That's the mask of the Phantom Thief B.
At your service. Allow me to introduce myself once again. I am Phantom Thief Blue Blanc, otherwise known simply as Phantom Thief B. Baron Blue Blanc is but one of the many roles I have assumed during my pursuits. Incidentally, might I ask when you first discovered my true identity?
I didn't really take much discovering. Or it didn't really take much discovering. You went out of your way to show up in the Crystal Garden after all. Now, maybe it's just me, but I find it hard to believe you were seriously trying to hide your identity to begin with. Your disguise, nothing short of perfect, I have to admit. But with all the work you've put into this, I suspect you might come check on us near the end of your little game.
Haha, I see. Excellent detective reasoning. Simply splendid.
But why would you do something like this? Why go to all the trouble?
Oh, does that interest you? Must there be a motive?
Nah, now that we know your identity, there's nothing more to discuss. Theft is a crime.
Indeed, a crime we will not allow go unpunished. Oh, what a spirited youths you are.
Of course. What? How did he do that?
Haha, just a little trick I like to keep up my sleeve. Regardless, you have provided me with plenty of sport and more than enough entertainment for one day. I'll be watching your future achievements with keen interest. Ladies and gentlemen, until we meet again, I bid you adieu.
Well, if he's able to teleport, he's gonna be a pretty good thief then, huh? He disappeared again. That's quite a little trick. He might still be nearby. Let's search the area. Yeah, he's not gonna still be nearby. What are y'all thinking? What? There's no way he's staying around. I can't believe that you were able to recover the tiara safely. How can I ever thank you? How about 100 mil in Mira? Almost got the impression we're the reason he stole it in the first place. Maybe we should apologize to you. Oh, no, not at all. Phantom Thief B's conquests have always seemed rather capricious. I imagine he just decided to use all of you as a convenient excuse for his latest escapade. Given how fixated on us he seems, I don't think that's all that likely. Well, better not say anything. Indeed. The last thing we want is to cause more confusion here. I'm afraid I can't offer you much. But please, take this as a token of my thanks. Wow, we got so much Sepith. This is a lot of Sepith. Are you sure it's alright to give us that much? It almost feels like more than we deserve. This is a jewelry boutique. After all, we have more Sepith lying around than we know what to do with. Well, that makes sense. Thank you very much. Think nothing of it. It's the least I could do after all you've done for us. Nice. Well, we got Sepith coming out the yin yang. How do I view my Sepith? Let's go ahead and save it.